Well, g'day folks, it's TK Tex for my first vlog for a while, and we're here back at beautiful Tyalgum in the Gold Coast hinterland area, just into northern New South Wales here. So who have we got today? We've got trip leader is Michael Ross online, and we've got Steve and Tim, both of whom are on GS 500s. Yeah, Tyalgum's a really pretty little town, very small. It's very popular with people in sports cars and motorcycles riding together through the countryside around here, which is... Yeah, it's just beautiful countryside. I don't get out riding as much as I'd like to, I guess, but just these nice twisty little roads here. The surface can get a little bit rough, but just in and out of corners like this, it's a beautiful way to ride on a weekend. This is Sunday, mid-September, and yeah, where else would you rather be? Yeah, just some follow-up too from my last vlog, which was, as I said, quite a while ago now. The job that I was going to get a phone call about the following day after that, I was successful in getting that position. And that's worked out really well. I mean, it's an industry that I haven't worked in before, basically working in the, I guess, the mining and construction industry, moving cranes and heavy lifting equipment around the place. And that's certainly different to anything I've ever done before. I was a builder's labourer for a little while in between jobs when I was a kid, well, early 20s anyway. And yeah, it's working out really well. Okay, well, let's go past that numbnut. There certainly isn't as much money as I'm used to getting, so I'm actually having to start behaving myself a little bit and maybe even budget for a change. But that's okay. I find that an easy trade for not having all the stress and silly nonsense. Certainly don't have to put up with all the sort of corporate psychopaths and narcissists that I've had to endure for the last few years. And the other thing I like too is the roster system. It has changed since I started. But for example, I finished the last of 3 12-hour night shifts on Saturday morning. Today's Sunday. So I just stayed awake for most of yesterday, and then today we're out riding, which of course is nice. And I don't go back to work again now till Thursday, day shifts, and I'll probably do about 3 or 4 day shifts before I get another sort of decent break. And that's just awesome. I guess the other thing I'm pretty happy about too, although the job's actually based at a suburb called Hendra, which is right next to Brisbane Airport. So very close to the city, and I live on the Gold Coast, but there's really not too much in the way of work that I was able to get a sniff at around the area where I live. Gold Coast, I think a lot of that is quite seasonal with the tourism industry, and while it would have been better to get something local, I'm quite happy. I mean, it sort of takes me about an hour, maybe hour and 10 minutes to ride to work. Now that the weather's cheered up, I'm actually riding to work a lot more now, and it just saves some money. So yeah, 12-hour day, and then a couple of hours travelling time doesn't leave too much time for a social life or anything like that when I'm working. But the trade-off is obviously having these breaks in between, so nice people I'm working with, no complaints there at all. I'm really glad at the way that's worked out. I guess one of the other things too, now that my life's more settled, I had that wonderful 2-month break, which I do not regret. Sort of burned up my financial reserves, my cash flow reserves, but hey, it's only money. But I was chit-chatting with a friend of mine, Jane, a couple of weeks ago, and she was telling me how while she was raising her 2 kids, they went through a whole sort of attitude of gratitude period where every day the kids had to come home and have 3 things that they were really grateful for during the day. You couldn't keep saying the same one, like I'm grateful for my health or something. It had to be something that had happened that day. And I thought, what a great idea, like just sort of keep a gratitude diary or something like that. And I don't really write them down, but I'm just very conscious these days. I don't know if this sounds a little bit girly, but you know, there's so much to be grateful for. Even just being here at the moment with these guys, you know, riding through this sort of countryside in a country like Australia. I mean, as I say, it's the middle of September now, so we're really only just into spring. But I mean, you know, I've been out with Michael on these same roads here. I think this is the same trip that we did last time, actually, or my last vlog, in the middle of winter, and still beautiful sunny days like this. Might just get a little bit chilly in the mornings and evenings, but that's about it. But yeah, this sort of whole concept of looking for things to be grateful for, or at least being conscious of it, it really does sort of kind of make you look, just to, I guess, count your blessings, or whatever they used to call it in the old days. But boy, do I enjoy that a hell of a lot more than the years gone by when I was just under the pump the whole time on the hop. I really, yeah, I don't think I'll be getting too ambitious about moving forward in dynamic step changes to the next level or anything like that in terms of career and what have you. I'll be quite content now just to enjoy it. Yeah, the other thing I'm going to get a lot more organised with, I guess, the last few months, and probably most of this year really. I haven't done much with getting onto YouTube and watching all the videos out there, so I'll be doing a lot more of that now. But my life's a bit more settled, and same with Facebook. I really haven't spent a lot of time there, so I'll be getting back into being a little bit more sociable. I certainly want to start trooping again soon with the 501st Legion. I'm going to see if I can get a troop in over the next few days. If I do, I'll take a vlog of it for you all. Yeah, just start getting back involved. I know I haven't really kept in touch with even some of the good friends I made overseas. Particularly Carlos and Tina. So I'll be catching up with any videos you guys I haven't watched. And same with a lot of you others out there. I really haven't visited your channels for such a long time. And it's I feel like a bit of a chump putting up my own videos and having people watch them, and I don't return the compliment. Yeah, I guess even in general terms, I was just thinking what I'll call this vlog. And I thought I'd probably call it Change of Life. As I said, I'm 52 and sort of into a new section or a new phase of my life now, which I must say I'm really happy about. And just none of all the stress and bothers that I've had for the last, oh, God knows, probably 20 years or more. Nothing wrong with having done all that and kicked all those goals. But here we are on a Sunday with these awesome people, riding our bikes in awesome countryside like this, and not a care in the world. That's the way to be. Goodness me, these roads are rough. Oh, look at that beautiful river. All part of, ooh, bloody grit all over the road. That sign we just passed back there, because we're in New South Wales, you get those circles with a black stripe through them. Just drive to the road conditions. There's actually no speed limit as such. Generally you don't get those like the autobahns in Germany, where it's, you know, just whatever your car does. If it does 300 kilometers an hour, off you go. It's just they haven't put a speed limit on, but I don't know if they have them in any of the other states. No, they certainly don't have them up in Queensland. There's always going to be a maximum speed, which is generally 110. So for example, on the Gold Coast Highway, when I'm heading up to work, 110 kilometers an hour is the speed limit for much of the road, and then it drops back down to 100 as you get closer to the city. Most people tend to sit on about 110, between 110 and 120, which is a bit naughty, I suppose, but you're probably not going to get ticketed for that unless you're doing something really stupid. And I'm not quite sure at what point stationary or fixed radar traps will catch you. I think generally you're going to be pretty safe unless it's a mobile police unit. But I just tend to stick to mainly around the speed limit anyway these days. One one of the good things I found with a Hornet being a naked, there's just no protection against the wind, which I've been used to having a fairing on, at least on my last bike, and I had no idea at all just how effective that top fairing on the XJ900 had been in terms of keeping the airflow into my body down, whereas on the Hornet here you really cop it. It's not bad. I mean, it's not as if it's going to pick you up and throw you off the bike. But I rode home a couple of days ago when it was really windy, like a blustery sort of wind which was constantly changing direction all the time. And boy, it was like riding along at 110 k's with Muhammad Ali or somebody like that, just popping jabs into you all the time. I didn't mind it. I mean, of course, I don't know how much difference a fairing might have made in that condition, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is that there's no way I'm interested in going much faster than 130 or 40 or something like that, just to get a car or a truck behind me. But for highway cruising, these bikes were not made. They, yeah, riding to work for about an hour or so on a highway doing that sort of speed, I'm pretty glad to get to work and get off it, and even gladder of course to get home and get off it. But up here in the hills, it's just in its own element. I don't pretend to be the best rider or anything like that in the world. I just love riding, and I love riding in these conditions, I really do. This is just heaven on a stick. And the Tweed River. Yeah, this whole area is known as the Northern Rivers area, and I was saying to Michael at work the other day, I work at the same place as he does now. In fact, he was the one who put me forward for the job, which that's what friends are for, I guess. That's come in real well. I was saying to him the other day, I'd like to spend a lot more time through the Northern Rivers area doing some more riding like this. There's so much to see and do. Quite often when I've been going down on holidays down to the Grand Prix or something, you know, I've sort of passed through a lot of the river systems and crossing all the bridges and what have you, and the countryside is just breathtaking, so hopefully we'll get some more of this in. Okay, so this is us more or less around Tweed Heads, which is right on the Queensland-New South Wales border, coastal, and not a bad little spot. I'll give you a look at the waterways. Here's a tip from an old campaigner. This is a little bit of wood that I keep in my bag, just in case you're parked on a bit of gravel or something like that. And yeah, just pull that out if I'm on potentially soft ground. It's getting a bit droughty again, actually. We haven't really had any serious rain since Easter, and we're already into September.
I'll have you! I'll have you! Come
There's
on.
the lads. Anyway, folks, I'll shut it down now, and as I say, I look forward to catching up on your videos for a change, and see what life is like in your neck of the woods. TK Tech's one out. As I always say, ride safe, folks, and yeah, enjoy.